Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning presented a memorandum on requesting the approval of the 2026 to 2028 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper. The memorandum was presented on behalf of the ministry by the Director General of the Budget Office, Tanim Yakubu, who was supported by his team, who have worked very hard together with members of the economic management team and the Ministry of Budget and Planning in coming up with this memorandum. In addition, inputs were obtained from various relevant stakeholders, including government agencies, organized private sector, civil society organization, development partners, through both technical discussions, bilateral engagement, as well as expert consultations. The engagements were aimed at ensuring that the document is representative of the collective aspiration of stakeholders. Relevant inputs from stakeholders have been integrated into the framework, which include, among others, a macroeconomic background, as well as review of the 2025 Federal Government of Nigeria budget implementation, key parameters, and key parameters for the 2026-2028 medium-term fiscal framework assumption, which include assumptions about oil price benchmark, and for the first time, a target oil production as well as benchmark oil production. The target oil production is a production figure of 2.06 million barrels per day, which the management of the oil industry is tasked to produce. However, so that we don't run into revenue problems, we use a benchmark oil production figure of 1.8 for the budget purposes. So those are important. This is an important new innovation to distinguish between the figure that is ambitious, guided by consultations with the industry and challenging the industry too, but for budget purposes using a lower figure. Even the oil benchmark of $64.85, which is being used this year, is lower than the average selling price of Nigeria's crude oil, because Nigeria is a premium Bonny Light, among other premium blends producer. So our oil prices tend to be higher on average than the Brent prices, but for abundance of caution, we are using $64.85, as well as an exchange rate of 1,512 to the Naira for the year 2026, given that it's a pre-election year. By law, there is a lot of election activity spending that can typically affect exchange rate. And the growth rate is projected at $4.68. The Federation revenue is estimated at 50.74 trillion. This is the revenue that is shared by the three tiers of government, whereas based on that, the distribution among the tiers of government, that the federal government is projected to receive 22.6 trillion from the federation account, while the state and local government are expected to receive 16.3 trillion and 11.85 trillion respectively for the local governments. So accordingly, the total federal government of Nigeria revenue from all sources is projected at 34.33 trillion, inclusive of 4.98 returned by government-owned enterprises. and this figure is lower by 6.55 trillion, or 16% lower than that of the 2025 budget estimate. And the federal government expenditure breakdown by major heads shows that the statutory transfers will be around 3 trillion, debt service expenditure 15.91 trillion, and non-recurrent debt expenditure, which is personnel cost, pension cost, about 15.27 trillion. And interesting, the deficit is projected at 20.1 trillion, which is 3.61% of the estimated GDP. In addition, the Federal Executive Council took comments and approved the medium-term expenditure plan as fiscal strategy paper for presentation to the National Assembly. However, it is also noted that Mr. President, in addition to this, have taken several steps in his role as the President of the Federation, as the Chief Executive Officer of the Federation, where he had invited state governments and local governments, the three tiers of government, at a meeting of the National Economic Council to call for more collaboration and coordination between fiscal and monetary policies, which was approved by the National Economic Council, and the coordinating minister of the economy, the central bank governor, and myself are directed to report periodically. Equally, Mr. President had sought the approval of the National Economic Council for them to appreciate the need to invest more in security spending, in particular the rehabilitation of training institutions of security agencies. Equally, Mr. President sought the approval of the National Economic Council, and it indeed conferred the approval that there should be increased federation vigilance to eliminate revenue loss from illegal activities in the oil and gas sectors as well as critical mineral sectors. Furthermore, Mr. President emphasized and sought the approval of the National Economic Council that critical minimum transformational investment is required for infrastructure, and therefore renewed hope infrastructure funding from both the federal government and constituents of the Federation should continue, as well as measures to boost domestic production and diligent implementation of the Renewed Hope World Development Program. Mr. President believes that having stabilized the macroeconomy, we need to ensure that we sustain the reforms. And when all these measures are taken and implemented in conjunction with the medium-term expenditure framework as well as fiscal strategy program, they will generate higher levels of economic growth.